How's it going, everybody? I hope everybody's having an amazing day. My day just started. Um, and I want to talk about something that sort of pushes me beyond myself. And it's just one little phrase, which is seize the day. Carpe diem, if you've all heard of that. And I'll tell you, last night I was out in the town doing my thing, going antique shopping. I got a new pair, new shirts and stuff like that. And I was eating at this seafood place, and I walk in, and one of the waitresses to greet me is gorgeous. She's beautiful. I'm not usually attracted to people very often, but she was like very pretty. And I look at her, I smile, I'm like, hey, as I'm being seated by the hostess. And I'm looking at her, she looks away, but I'm like still looking at her, and then she like looks back at me, and then she has like tattoos, and then I look at her tattoos as I walk past. And we're sitting there eating, and every time she passes by me, like we look at each other, and eventually she smiles and I smile. And obviously this is a waitress, so it's a little bit awkward. She's not our waitress, she's a waitress of another table. If she was our waitress, it would be a lot more awkward. But eventually, like, she's carrying all these drinks, and I call her over. She's like, I call her over, I'm like, hey, tell me about your tattoo. Start talking about her tattoo. I'm like, okay, cool. And she goes off, walks again. And then as I'm leaving the place, like we're about to leave, I say, hey, can I get your number? Basically, I was like, this may be a little forward, but can I get your number? And she smiled, and she's like, I'm in a relationship, but I love your outfit. And I was like, thank you very much. And that was that. And, you know, don't, you have to shoot your shot, right? You got to shoot your shot. I practice archery, traditional archery. And the thing with traditional archery is you don't aim. You just shoot. And it's all instinctual, right? But we were flirting back and forth. She clearly liked me, right? She was smiling at me, stuff like that. I shot my shot and I missed. Whatever. You move on. Go to the next, but you have to seize the day. I know that if I didn't ask for her number, I would be thinking about it for weeks. I'd be like, what could have happened? Yada yada yada. But I asked for her number, and she's not in a place to see anyone new. Maybe the reason she was so flirtatious was because the relationship's ending. But that was that. I was like, okay, cool. Now I know, and now I can, you know, we both gave each other a confidence boost, right? Like, obviously she thinks I'm pretty. I think she's pretty, and that's great. But the thing is, I seized the day. I slayed the dragon. I breathed into my balls. I grabbed the nuts, and I went for it. And what was interesting about the interaction is like me dwelling on it and thinking about it, thinking, what am I gonna say? How am I gonna make these moves? That was making me anxious. But when I like started talking to her, I was completely calm. The anxiety went away. Oh, excuse me. Just ate some eggs, some protein. So this is a very important lesson, to make every moment count. And you do not want to be someone who regrets things. I remember years ago, I was probably like 18, and I think I was too insecure, but this girl who worked at the gym, she was like, giving me looks, and I should have just went over, and she was like staring at me like the whole time. She worked at the gym, and she was pretty. I should have just went over and been like, hey, you want to go out sometime? my name's this. What's your number? And it probably would have been, great. We probably would have had a great date. And I didn't do that. I was younger, like more insecure. Um, had shit I was dealing with. So that's fine. But like I think about that. Like what if I like and I don't want that anymore, right? I want to know. So don't be a creep. Don't be like if you're feeling it, she's feeling it. Okay, go for it. You know what I mean? But or if you think she's really gorgeous, okay, go for it. Good. That like do your shit, especially if you're a guy. Like I don't think I don't think that happens often anymore these days. People are way too insecure. The internet's made everybody all insecure. But even when I'm in class, right, there was a girl that I thought was attractive. She ends up dropping the class. I text her. I'm like, hey, did you drop the class? And she's like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, tried to keep a conversation going. She ghosted me. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Whatever. I shot my shot. She's not in a place to date, whatever. You don't know what people are going on in their lives. It's not about you. Okay? Um, there's another girl in another class, and this is, I thought she was attractive. I should have on the first date, I should have been like, hey, you want to, on the first day of class, should have been like, hey, you want to hang out sometime? And I didn't do that. And I found out later on, like, something really, like, bad happened to her. And maybe if I went on that date, like, I could have prevented it, right? And we could have probably had, like, a really great relationship. And then another girl in the class, um, we expressed interest in each other. We dated for a month, and I had a lot of fun. And, you know, you're probably gonna get, depending on what you're doing in the situation, you're probably gonna get rejected most of the time. But there'll be those few times where you don't, and you're gonna have a lot of fun, and it's gonna be an amazing experience. And the ones you don't pursue, you're gonna end up being like, oh, what if, and you don't want to live like that. You want to seize the day, you want to slay the fucking dragon, and you gotta keep moving, okay? So I I did it like last night. I was like, what's your number, you know? And she's in a relationship. Okay. Sometimes people are just, they like you like them, and they're just not in a place to, pursue. And that's fine. And you have to let it go. You can't dwell on this stuff. You got it. Life is fast. It keeps moving. Okay? Be in the present, and you just have to, this mindset of seize the day at anything in life, right? It's about taking opportunities, taking chances that you wouldn't normally do because what's holding you back is your ego or other responsibilities or something like that. And I think this is very powerful, just to say yourself, seize the day. Carpe diem, seize the day. And you go for it. You push ahead. You move forward. You run to the battlefield. And whatever happens, happens. So if it's talking to a girl, that new girl, a new boy, or if it's wanting to make a new friend, or maybe it's a business thing, right? Insert yourself in places. Seize the day. Don't come off as creepy though. You need to be humble, right? You need to know your own capabilities, and you gotta feel the vibe out, right? So you need that social emotional intelligence, but don't live your life in regrets. Don't do it. I know if last night I got rejected, but I know if I did not ask, if I didn't pursue, I would regret it later on, because that's happened to me in the past. right? And this is a learning process. You will learn as you get older. Okay, learn, learn, learn. But when I find someone that attractive, like I can't not go for it, right? Because I'm not really attracted to, a ton of people. I think most people are boring. She seemed interesting. Her tattoos were interesting. Um, Very sophisticated. I like that sophistication. That's what I'm attracted to. So, you know, seize the day. That's it. That's really it. Just seize the day. Like it's not hard. It really is. It's not that hard. Just take a deep breath and you throw the ball. You shoot the arrow. You know, your life can end tomorrow. It can end just like that. And do you really want to live your life going, what if? What if? What if? No, you don't. You really don't. It is not, you'll be living in the past your whole life. And no, just accept things the way they are. If you get rejected, you get rejected. People reject other people. It's a dog eat dog world out there. But most of us want to help each other. And it's not about you. That interaction last night was not about me. She was in a relationship, so she had other obligations, right? She's not gonna cheat on her partner, right? She's not gonna do that. So whatever. But we were definitely attracted to each other. That was great. It was fun flirting. Didn't go anywhere. That's good. You just gotta seize the day, slay the dragon, breathe through your balls, and yeah, let's go, baby.